Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Today is day two of the 5-day RPA awareness workshop jointly conducted by Task and InnoHat Systems. Thank you very much. We had an overwhelming response yesterday. We had close to about 2,000 people viewing this session. However, when it came to attendance, there were only 400 odd people who had put their attendance in. So today we request you to all put your attendance in as mentioned yesterday. You have to attend 4 days. You have to demonstrate that you have attended all the 4 days out of 5 days for you to get a certificate of this session. So as we are saying, today is day two. So what are we going to look in day two? Before what we do in day two, we'll just do a recap as to what we saw in day one. Our day one was yesterday was the first day where we talked about why do you require hyperautomation. Even before telling what is hyperautomation, we actually dwelt upon why hyperautomation. We played a small video from World Economic Forum report. That World Economic Forum report, we went deep into that World Economic Forum report. We saw that nearly 85 million jobs, that is 8.5 crore jobs, are likely to shift from human beings to machines by 2025. Okay, and what are those jobs? Most of those jobs, what we saw, are the jobs which most of us are performing today. Most of the people, after completing their college, are going and doing those work in organizations, in KPOs, BPOs, call centers, and things like that. The jobs like data entry operators, job like accountants, job like audit clerks, anything. So these are the jobs which are likely to, which have a high risk of being automated, which means they'll be taken out from human beings and machines will start doing it. Why is that? Because the machines are doing these jobs 10 times faster, 50% cheaper. Okay, so not everything is lost. While 8.5 crore old jobs or the current jobs, what is being currently being performed by human beings are likely to be shifted to machines. There are going to be 97 million, which is 9.7 crore new jobs that are going to come into the mainstream. So, what are those jobs? We saw though most of those jobs are related to artificial intelligence. The jobs related to RPA, related to ML, related to chatbots, voice bots, AI, all those kind of stuff. So these are the new jobs that were coming, and we also saw that skilling, so upskilling, cross skilling, or even basic skilling of those new technologies are very essential. Without those skilling, there is a very high risk of many people being out of jobs very soon. We also saw this is not just for the students. This is the situation even for people who are working in current organizations. The people who are working and doing the regular routine jobs, repeatable jobs, have a risk of getting automated. So, because of that, everyone, whether they are in the workplace or whether they are students like you people, you have to upskill yourselves into hyperautomation. So, that section was why hyperautomation. Then we got into what is hyperautomation. We said that hyperautomation, we saw hyperautomation is nothing but a set of technologies, okay, that assist white collared or knowledge workers. Who are the white collared or knowledge workers? People like you and me, who are sitting in front of the computers and doing work from morning till evening. And we saw that white collared workers can be in any department, can be in finance department, can be in sales department, R&D, support, payroll, HR, whichever department you can be there. So set of technologies that assist white collared workers by mimicking four human abilities to ease their jobs. So, what we saw, there were four basic human abilities which are slowly being mimicked by machines. Okay, mimic means replicating. Okay, so what are those four human abilities? Our ability to see and decipher, see and understand what we have seen. Based on that, you take some downstream actions or downstream activities or analysis. So we said that if I see this, I understand it is a book. Then I know what to do. I know it. I have to keep it in the table. There is a mouse. I have to keep it on the table. I see a particular document, I see that document is an invoice, I see that document as a mark sheet, I see that document as a checklist, then I know what to do with that document. Okay, that is one human ability. So there are technologies currently now which are there to replicate that human ability and do that particular activity which a human being is doing by with those abilities at least 10 times faster. Okay, that is one set. Next one is the ability to understand the language. So somebody is talking to you, okay, you understand that language, meaning somebody is communicating to you. Let me not say the word talking, somebody is communicating to you. That communication might happen by the way of speaking, communication might happen by the way of emails, communication might happen by the way of chatbots, whatever, okay, chats or whatever. So when somebody is communicating to you, you have a ability to understand the person, what the other person is communicating based on the choice of the words which the person is using, or the tone or the language. So using all those things, you probably understand what he is trying to say. You understand not only the context, you also understand the sentiment behind that context, meaning whether that person is happy, whether that person is sad, whether that person is upset, all this kind of stuff, based on which you take some decisions. Correct? So now, if there are some technologies which are there to take out this particular human ability and do certain jobs what you are doing with this ability, if it is able to do 10 times faster, 50% cheaper. So that is the second one. Keep it aside. Third one is ability to think and learn. So human brain, we saw, had a phenomenal ability to look back as to what happened when you face a particular situation. It tries to analyze if you had encountered that situation in the past, based on which you try and analyze and find out a pattern, find out some reasons and things like that, and you take some decisions. So if you have a set of technologies that again takes over this particular activity as human being and does for you. Finally, the execution. Execution is you do some tasks, a routine task or a repeatable task. If you have a machine which takes over that routine task or a repeatable task, if you have a machine or a technology that takes over a routine or repeatable task, so that is again another area. So these are the set of 4 human abilities, and there are various technologies which are replicating these human abilities and taking over the current task which a human being is doing. So what are those technologies? All those technologies under a common umbrella called hyperautomation. They had technologies like machine learning, chatbot, big data, visualization, data visualization, sentiment analysis, video analytics, all those things were there. There was also one thing called RPA, robotic process automation. So our entire next, we said that the 5-day of program is very, very specific to RPA. RPA is what? RPA is robotic process automation. Robotic process automation is a software technology that helps you to do things faster, better and cheaper. Whatever human being is doing currently, okay, if the same tasks, which if you are able to do it 10 times faster, 50% cheaper, do it right the first time, okay, that is what is that technology is called RPA. We saw some small video yesterday of a data entry of 10 records into an application or a form, something like that. So you can have various activities which a human being does. So what then we also saw what RPAs can do. There are so many things which we had put it up in the slide, but one thing which we said was underlying factor, which you please keep it in mind very, very clearly. Anything what a human being can do with a keyboard and a mouse, an RPA can do 10 times faster, 50% cheaper. Keep that in mind. Whatever activity which you are doing with a keyboard and a mouse, you are cutting and pasting data from somewhere, you are searching data, you are logging into multiple applications, multiple websites, you want to look at that, you want to extract that information, put it in Excel sheet, you want to compare 5 Excel sheets, and you want to do some reconciliation there, you want to do a data entry, whatever task you are doing, okay, with keyboard and mouse, you can very confidently say a software robot can do that much, much faster, much, much bigger. That is where the challenge comes in for the human beings. If the machines start taking over those jobs, what will human beings do? What we are saying is, please learn this, because you don't have a choice, but you will have to coexist with those robotic activities going forward. You will have to be involved in developing those processes and solutions for your customers. You have to be involved in using what your customer has already automated, or fine tuning what customers already automated, or editing, correcting, redeveloping what the customer has already done. So for that reason, you have to learn. And between task and InnoHat Systems, we are doing this 5-day workshop in terms of just giving you an awareness program on that. Today is day 2. Finally, we said it is we broadly talked about the 5-day program. Today is day 2 of that particular program. So what are we going to see today? We are going to see what are the career options in hyper automation. This is very important, right? Okay, you need to know. We saw why hyper automation, we saw what is hyper automation. We also mentioned that it is very, very useful in your life. Okay, then you need to know, I mean, what are the career options there? What kind of job roles are there? What kind of salaries are there? Who is hiring? How do I prepare for that? All those things which you need to know. That is what is the career options in hyper automation. Then we are also going to talk about briefly about InnoHat Systems. That is the company which I represent. I need to tell about who we are. So that is the second thing which we are going to do. Finally, we are going to talk about UiPath. Okay. Finally, we are going to talk about UiPath. And UiPath is the product, is the leader. Yesterday we saw that they are a market leader. They are a market leader in the in RPA. Okay, and we are going to see about UiPath, and we are going to give you some instructions as to how to install this software. Okay, I'll just take a small pause here. I think our team is trying to find out. I mean, are you able to see the screens properly? Okay, so I'm just asking my team. They are able to see the screen. We can continue. Fair enough. So finally, we are going to talk about UiPath. Yesterday we saw UiPath is a market leader. Okay, just as much Oracle is a market leader in database, or Microsoft is a market leader in Office products and mails. UiPath is a market leader when it comes to RPA. So we're going to see briefly about what UiPath is. From tomorrow onwards, we'll actually deep dive into the product. But for us to deep dive into the product, we have to install UiPath into a system. So what we are doing after this presentation today, you people have given your email IDs. Okay, to that those email IDs, there will be a mail which a link wherein you can download that, and we will also have a document with a step-by-step instruction as to how to install. It is a self activity. You will have to do it yourself, so that once tomorrow we will be working on the product directly. Okay. With this, I am going to the next slide. What are the career options in RPA? Okay, so I will take this slide first and I'll go to the next slide. Okay, where can you join after completing an RPA course? Okay, so what are the critical products in RPA? So there are multiple products. There are many products which are in RPA. There is a product called UiPath which you are going to see for the next 3 days. Microsoft has a very good product called Microsoft Power Automate. There is another product called Automation Anywhere. There is a great product called Blue Prism. These are the top 3-4 products when it comes to RPA. So what are the roles somebody can take up in an RPA is this one. The kind of roles what you can do, you can become an RPA developer. That is the starting role which anybody can take up after you have completed the training. After you have learned this product. See what, as I said yesterday, this 5-day is just an orientation, just an awareness session. With this, you can't get into a job in RPA. After this, you need to deep dive into this, at least spend about 6 months, 3 months of training, 3 months of practice. Then you take up a certification exam given by any of these flows. UiPath, Microsoft, Automation Anywhere, or Blue Prism. Once you have done that, there are possible roles like an RPA developer, RPA engineer, business analyst, data analyst. All those kind of things are the jobs that are available for you. Typically, the people who have completed engineering, who have completed arts and sciences, the first entry-level jobs which people are doing. Okay, the people who are doing that kind of a job, okay, will go as an RPA developer and an RPA engineer. So, what is the average salary for an RPA developer? Typically, an entry level salary can range anywhere between 5 to 8 lakhs. That is a typical RPA entry level salary. Why I am saying a band of 5 to 8 lakhs? If you are a certified RPA consultant, if you are into arts and science, if you are not into engineering, the kind of course you have, the kind of marks you have, all those things, so it can range from that to, if you are an MBA, if you have some work experience, if you have come from a premium college and all those kind of stuff, you could even go up to 8 lakhs. That is a kind of entry level salary what you get. Then after that, after 1 year or so, you can become a junior developer. Your salary can go from 6 lakhs to 10 lakhs. About as a business process analyst, if you are there, your salary can hover about 9 to 12 lakhs. All these things are annual salary. Yeah? And after 2 3 years, you can become a senior developer where your salaries can be in the range of about 15 lakhs. Today, a 3 year RPA consultant earns about 15 lakhs. Okay, and about 4 to 5 years RPA consultant can be a lead developer, can earn anywhere between 12 to 18 lakhs, or in some cases 20 lakhs as well. Okay, this is the kind of career career path in RPA. Okay, so where can you join? Fair enough. This is a career path, I can understand, but where can you join after completing an RPA course? Okay, see, there are three buckets in which you can actually join. There are product companies, there are system integrators, there are end customers. All of the three are the potential employers for you. Who is a product company? A product company is a UiPath or Microsoft or Automation Anywhere, Kofax, IBM, SAP. They all have an RPA product today. There are multinational products. There are about 70 to 80 multinational products are there in the market. Similarly, 70 to 80 Indian products are there in the market. There are companies in Hyderabad who are into RPA product. For example, the company TechForce.ai is a Hyderabad-based RPA company. There are companies in Chennai. A company like BotMinds is in Chennai. There are companies in Pune, Bangalore, all over the places. You have an RPA product vendor in India. They're all doing very well. They are competing with global product vendors. They are competing with the multinationals. So there are about 70 80 Indian product vendors, about 70 80 global product vendors. There are about 160 200 people, product companies which you can join. Leaving that, there is a huge set of system integrators. We are talking about system integrators like global system integrators like Accenture, Deloitte, KPMG, E&Y, all this kind of stuff. If your college, if any of these biggies are visiting a college for campus, if you are a certified RPA consultant, there is a very high chance that you will get absorbed. That's no big deal, but you will get absorbed at a much higher scale than somebody who has just completed his engineering or her engineering from your college. Okay, so there is a difference between a normal engineer and an engineer who is also certified on RPA. Similarly, top Indian SIs like Infosys, Wipro, HCL, Tech Mahindra, second level SIs like Mindtree, Mitter, Hexaware, NIIT, Virtusa, all those guys. There are many startups, there are many small boutique firms like InnoHat Systems is a boutique firm. We have about 60 70 consultants who are there that who are working on this various projects. Okay, so there is so much of system integrators are there. See, for example, we are talking about UiPath. UiPath globally has about 4,700 or 4,800 partners, which means they're all selling UiPath solutions to various customers. They're all your potential employers. Now coming to the last bit, which is end customer. Today, every bank in India, every insurance company, large banks, large logistics companies, manufacturing companies, retail companies, healthcare companies, IT companies, KPOs, BPOs, everybody have started implementing RPA solutions in their organizations. So they are again your potential customers because they need people to internally develop, maintain, modify, redevelop their systems. So these are the possible areas where you can technically join. So this I have said anywhere between 4 to 8 lakhs, but again 5 lakhs today the most of the starting pay is 5 lakhs. And the best part is Your salary increase is average of 2.5 times for every year of experience for next 2 to 3 years. Meaning the thumb rule in IT is 1.25 to 1.5. The maximum is 1.5 or 1 to 1.25. For every year of experience, 1.25 to 1.5 times the salary will go. Suppose somebody is 3 years experience, the thumb rule has been so far in the last 30 years. If somebody is 3 year experience, 3 into 1.5, 4.5 lakhs has been the typical salary. That is how the market has been behaving. But these with RPA, the thumb rule has been changed. For every year of experience, average times 2.5 is an average. Sometimes it goes to 3.2x. For example, if it is a 3 year experience, in some cases it goes to 4.5 times. So the 3 year experience earns about 9 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 14 lakhs, depending on the capability of the individual, the kind of projects what he has done, the kind of certifications what that person holds. The salary definitely goes in excess of 3, but 2.5 times is guaranteed. So if you have a 3 year experience, 2.5 times that is about 7.5 lakhs. That is guaranteed. Okay, but anything more than that is a bonus which is happening. This is just a Glassdoor, this one which talks about a very average base pay. Average base pay is the starting pay, 5.23 lakhs and stuff like that. Okay. So now I go back to the earlier slide, which I want to say. So fair enough. So you might want to say that I have learned all these things. Okay, I have learned RPA. Okay, but what do you do? What is the career path after RPA? How do I progress further? RPA, as I said, is one component in the entire hyperautomation world. You have to travel into your hyperautomation world for the next 10 years because hyperautomation technologies are here to stay. Hyperautomation technologies are here to grow. Every organization is going to embrace every single technology which I talked to you yesterday, which is machine learning, natural language processing, AI, big data, video analytics, sentiment analysis, BI, everything. Okay, your low code applications, RPA, everything. So, so there are so much to experience there, so much to learn there. You can take multiple tracks. You start with RPA and AI. Okay, you can start here, and you can take a BI track. Okay, where RPA plus BI, RPA plus data modeling and visualization, or you take a data engineering track where you take RPA plus Azure Data Synapse or RPA, UiPath RPA plus Azure Synapse or Microsoft RPA plus something in AWS or Google into data engineering, or you can do RPA plus predictive analytics. You can take the data science track. So you can take the any career path. As I said, hyperautomation is an ocean. It's a great ocean, big ocean. You can enter that ocean from any part of the any beach or any gateway. We are trying to teach you into take you into that great ocean through a gateway called RPA. Once you have got into this, you can go and explore the entire S1. Now I go back to what is the learning scope for RPA for free. Suppose, boss, fair enough. After 5 days, you people have given me an orientation task, and InnoHat has done a great job in terms of telling why RPA, what is RPA, what products are there, and what kind of jobs I'll get. Okay. Now, where do I learn? See, there are various places where you can learn it for free. You don't even have to spend money. Okay, like these 5 days, which is doesn't cost you money. Okay, there are UiPath themselves have a small academy where they have where there's an academy where you can learn these products for free. Microsoft has an academy where they can learn this for free. Automation anyway, Blue Prism. All these guys have an academy where you can learn for free. But the only challenge there is it will all be theoretical. It will all be classroom sessions. No hands-on experience you will get. You will not get a real life product experience, but you will broadly get a sense of the product. But the real life situation is when you encounter a real life situation, when you are given a real project to work on. Those are the cases Unfortunately, since these are the product vendors who are offering, they are not the system integrators. They are not actually going and implementing in various customers. They are giving the product. People like us take this product and go and implement. Okay, people like InnoHat or my TCS or Infosys or Accenture or Hexaware or whoever, Tech Mahindra, we take up we some customer, some healthcare customer or a banking customer want a Microsoft RPA to be implemented. We take the we take this Microsoft product, we go and implement, or a UiPath, we go and implement UiPath. Okay, this is what we do. Okay, whereas these are the product vendors, so they don't get into the implementation cycle at all in the customer situations or a development cycle. So because of it, you will not get too much of hands-on experience. So you need a hands-on experience also. Then you have to figure out people like us who can get into a hands-on training of these products. There are many people available. There are many people available in online. There are many people available offline who are trying to train you people on this. If you are interested in getting trained, InnoHat also conducts courses. We conduct courses on UiPath separately. We conduct courses on Microsoft Power Platform separately. You can write to us independently if you are interested. We will talk to you on a separate basis. You can write to us at training@innohatsystems.com. Then we can tell you how long will it take and stuff like that. As I said, for you to become an RPA engineer or an RPA developer, for some companies to hire you in that process, you need to have a strong training. After that, you need to have a certification. That process is a minimum 6-month process. The training will take about 3 months. You need to practice for another 3 months before you take up a certification exam. Once you have taken that, you can complete you can join somewhere else. What I am trying to tell you is you don't have to. So there might be a question saying that, hey, we are just studying. I am the second year. I am the third year. Okay, what can I do? Today there is so much of dearth of skills in the market. There are people who are willing to give you a part-time assignments as well. You can study, you can keep doing your engineering, you can be or your computer science course and things like that. You can learn parallelly in the evenings or in the mornings or whatever. And in the evenings, you can take up a part-time assignment, you can take up a freelance assignment with various organizations. Today, so many options are available. So you can actually spend time in the next 1 year. Suppose you are the third year. Before you come, while you are completing your engineering, don't give up that, because that is a very important aspect. You complete that engineering. While you are doing that, start studying something parallelly. Okay. Once you have done about 5-6 months of training, you can actually get into the part-time assignment or a freelancing assignment. Using those assignments, you can actually get into job market. Okay. The best thing is, once when you complete your engineering, when people come for a campus interview, when people like Accenture or Deloitte or TCS or Infosys comes for a campus interview, you are no more a fresher. Okay, you have probably worked for about 1 year, 6 months, 8 months as a part-time consultant. You have handled some projects. You have dirtied your hands with the product. You are, more importantly, you are certified. So as I said, automatically when your friends are who are not certified, who don't have that experience, if they are pegged at X lakh rupees as salary, you definitely can be pegged at 1.5x. Okay, if somebody is pegged at 5 lakhs, you can probably command about 6.5 lakhs, 7 lakhs, 7.5 lakhs, depending on your what your other credentials. Okay, so this is about the career in RPA. Now we talk about InnoHat, who's InnoHat, what kind of work we do, and all this kind of stuff. We briefly talk about that. Okay. As I said yesterday, we are an organization which is founded by technocrats with over 3 decades, over 30 years of software experience. There are 3 directors here. All of us come with more than 30 years of experience. We graduated way back in 1990. From then on, we have been working for various IT companies, including Wipro, HCL, and Satyam, and all those companies, Ramco, many companies. Okay. We also have come with strong vertical domain experience like HR, finance, insurance, banking, healthcare. So we understand those businesses as well. Why is it important? Because if you are implementing a solution to a bank, you need to understand how that bank functions. Without understanding how that bank functions, you can't work. Okay, we have implemented more than 50 plus hyper automation projects. Okay, across at least in four regions. We have done it in India, we have done it in Southeast Asia, we have done it in US, we have done it in Middle East. There are about four regions where we are working. We have done we do projects both in UiPath as well as in Microsoft. Okay, this is about our project experience. As I was saying, we also have a separate training division. We conduct multiple batches of training on UiPath and Microsoft RPA for students. For we do training for faculty in the institutions, and we also take up training for homemakers, people who are any of your people, your friends, relatives who are at home who have taken a career break, okay, after their marriage. If they want to come back to mainstream, we train them because this is a zero code software, anyone can learn. And we train various corporates as well. So that is the training division which we have. Okay, we have currently we have about 66, 67 consultants, close to about 70 consultants. We have a team of about 50 plus consultants. All of them are certified. All the people, most of the consultants whom we hire from colleges like you. We hire them as freshers. We put them into a training ourselves. They go through the complete grind of the training. Then some of them join us, some of them join other companies. As I was talking about, we do training to students, fresh graduates. We conduct training to going to various colleges. Training there are some institutions who have signed up with us for including the RPA as part of curriculum. Working professionals, faculty, homemakers, corporates, all this kind of stuff. When it comes to project, we do solution implementations, we do application maintenance support, and we do managed services. Okay, some of those terms might be looking very this one for you. For now, you just hear those terms. Staffing is staff augmentation. What is staff augmentation? Suppose some bank wants 10 people who are UiPath certified for them to use in their projects for a period of 6 months. Okay, they'll call us. Do you have? I need 10 consultants, but I don't need them full time. I need them only for 6 months. Do you have them? So I send profiles of the consultants whom I have. They interview those profiles. They take them on a contract basis. They work in those projects for 6 months. After the project is over, they will come back to my organization. That is staff augmentation. What kind of projects we have worked on? We have worked on almost all the functional use cases. What is a use case? Use case is an example. Use case is a case study we have worked on. Invoice extraction. What is invoice extraction? As I was talking about, you have a bill from various vendors that come to customers. You have to enter the details of the bill into whatever software they have. Okay. The normal practice is to look at this bill and do a data entry. Here, what we do, all the bills, suppose there are 20,000 bills, 40,000 bills, 100,000 bills, they're all scanned and they are all put it into a SharePoint folder or a OneDrive or something like that. Then our robot opens each of these invoice, extract every data from that invoice, takes it into an Excel, put it in an Excel. After that, it will automatically log into whichever application we have to do a data entry. Automatically, it does that. That is invoice extraction. AR automation is account receivable. Account receivable is if a company has to receive money from the customer because they have sold something, they have to receive money from the customer. There is so much of follow up which you'll have to do, saying that hey, I have sent you a bill, you have not paid, all this kind of stuff. So there are a lot of manual activities involved in chasing up for payments from customers. We automate that. MIS report generation. MIS is Management Information System. This is the kind of a reporting system. Organization at a management level, whether he's a CEO is Chief Executive Officer, or he's a Chief of HR or Chief of Finance, they want to know on a daily basis as to what is happening in their organization. They would like to know, they would like to have the data or the summary level data. Okay, today how many deals have happened? What is the money that has been collected? What is the money that is pending to be collected collected. What is the money which was targeted to be collected today has been collected. Suppose we had a target of collecting 40 lakhs, have we collected 35 lakhs or 33 lakhs, that kind of a thing. Okay, how many things have been shipped today? If it is a factory, they are producing certain things and they have to ship, meaning they have to ship it out of the factory. They'll have to have details as to how much of material got shipped, this, that, and all. So at a management level, okay, they are looking at summary level information of what is happening in various departments of the organization. Normally what happens, it is a manual activity to collate all those information and give it to their management. When you have an RPA or a robotic process implemented, automatically robot goes into every machine, collects the information from them. Automatically, it pulls out information without a human being need to do anything. After that, it will collate in a way what the manager wants. Automatically, it will send that as a mail. That is MIS report. Okay, resume extraction. This is a very interesting thing. You all have seen a resume. You all have a resume. Okay, imagine an organization like TCS. TCS has 4,50,000. Assume 4.5 lakh people there. They work in TCS. Every employee will have a resume, right? Okay. So suppose you want to extract every piece of that resume at a skill level. Suppose each person has worked for three. I mean, many people might have worked for. Some people may work for 3 years. Some people might work for 10 years, 15 years. They might have built various skills over a period of time. Suppose you want to extract all those skills alone and map it against each of these employees and then do an analysis as to how many people who have 4+ years of experience, who are very, very strong in Java and who is based in Bangalore. If you want to do that kind of an analysis, it is until unless you have the information of the skill level information of individuals of 4.5 lakh people, you can't do that. If you try to look at every resume of every individual 4.5 lakh people and try to look at the skill and do a data entry of that skill in a database, then it will be you need about 50 people sitting and doing the data entry for 2 months or 3 months or even more. Okay, that is where these kind of robots come into picture. So resume extraction, extract information from resume. Okay, employee onboarding. When you are joining a company, there are so much of formalities that happen, so many forms you will have to fill, so many documents you will have to submit for you to join a particular organization, and all those information have to be entered into a system. Okay, why employee onboarding? Have you ever tried opening a bank account in a bank? Okay, they will give you so many forms. It is called KYC, know your customer, KYC forms. You have to painstakingly fill all those forms, or the bank staff will fill on your behalf and do a data entry of that into another system. So we are automating those kind of systems where nobody, so you probably can speak out and automatically it will record. From the recording, it will convert it to text. From the text, it will log into a banking application, upload that information into the banking application. These kind of automations. Passport extraction. Suppose if you are in a Middle East country, you are in Dubai, you are in Kuwait, Qatar, wherever, most of them are expatriates. 90% of the population are not local citizens, they are from other countries. Okay, so that country needs to know the complete passport details of every individual who is in that particular country, their visa details, who is in that particular country, because they are all from outside. So there is a manual activity of today to enter that passport information. So many information in a passport into an application. Today we have automated that where our robot can extract information from passport, logging into application and do. So these are the we have worked on many more. I mean, because of want of time and this one I have not put this further. So these are the things which we have kind of projects what we have worked on. What are the vertical domains we have worked on? Meaning, which are the industries we have worked on? We have worked with KPO firms, BPO firms. Within BPO, we have worked with healthcare BPO companies. HR firms, we have worked with companies which does background verification, with companies which are into recruitment. We have worked with hospitals, eye care hospitals. We have worked with insurance companies, motor insurance companies. We work with software companies. We work with one of the largest global software company to test their software automatically. They are the biggest, one of the biggest software companies globally. Okay, but they were testing it manually. We are automating that using their own software Okay, in terms of automated testing of their entire application. Movie logistics company. There is a company which is into movie logistics. Any movie that is produced, for example, RRR is produced or Bahubali is produced, that film is converted into a digital format, and after that it has to reach every theater. Okay, they have database of 7,000 theaters across the globe. So if that movie is released all over the globe, across India, it is still sent into by tapes. They are not digitally sending. Overseas, they are digitally sending. Somebody can download in their theaters. But in India, every theater physically receives the copy of those movies, packed digitally packed movies. And you have when you do a digital conversion of a movie like a Bahubali, you will have multiple versions of that. You have to track all those versions. You have to have multiple. Then you have to make sure that everything goes well properly to various places, and directly it doesn't go to the end theater directly. There are intermediaries through whom it goes and reaches. So the billing of those, okay, raising bills to those people who has to pay money to this organization and collecting that money, it was taking a lot of time because they were not able to reconcile that properly, because of which it was taking time to even bill. So from the time they billed, those guys paid after 60 days or something like that, which means from the time the activity happened, they spent, to the time they collected, it was almost 90 days, 3 months. Okay, they wanted to cut down that cycle to less than a month, which means they had to bill it immediately so that they can chase those people who has to pay and get the money. For you to bill immediately, you need to get the reconciliation of all those data very quickly. Manually, it was taking a lot of time. We automated that. Okay, that is a movie logistics company. Rural banking services. There's a company which has branches in every part of every village in Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, and North Indian states. What do they do? At every village level, they give all the services like an e-seva in Hyderabad. I think there's a e-seva service, which is the government of, I mean, Telangana service, I think. Okay. Similarly, this is a privatist one, so they will book railway tickets, they will book bus tickets, they will get them to open a bank account, they will get them insurance coverage done, whole lot of things. They will get them Aadhaar card, PAN card, this, that, and all this kind of stuff, because those villagers don't know where to go. They were so they wanted, so likewise they have about 70, 80 services which they offer. So they wanted to, that is, which means everything is a different site which somebody will have to log in. Suppose you want a bus ticket, you want to go to redbus.in, somebody will have to log into redbus.in and book a ticket for you. If you have to book a train ticket on behalf of somebody, you have to log into IRCTC, book a train ticket, something like that, right? And they wanted to consolidate a report at the end of the day in terms of how many transactions happened by at a, how many in every branch. So, which means somebody will have to physically go into these sites, extract the information, their transaction related information, bring it into an Excel sheet, and consolidate them. We automated those kind of stuff. Then trading company. Okay, we are into commodity trading, which is where there is a large company in Hyderabad only. This is a Hyderabad-based company where they are into bulk trading of oil, edible oil, sunflower oil, and groundnut oil, and palm oil, and things like that. We had to automate because that was doing a whole lot of stuff. So this is about us. This is the kind of work what we have done. Quickly, we'll talk about what is UiPath in the next 15 minutes, and we'll wrap up for the day. As I said, in the next 3 days, you're going to see about UiPath. Okay, this is the market leader. What are they? Okay, UiPath they have a robot which can see, think, and do. I was talking about four human abilities, right? It is actually doing three of those four human abilities. UiPath has a set of products which is able to read the screen, understand what it is there in the screen, navigate into the screen, extract information, put it there, or take the data from Excel sheet, again go read the screen, navigate the screen, go screen by screen, put those data in. Okay, that is the set of tools for seeing. Set of tools for thinking. It goes learns what to do, machine learning. Okay, last time the same activity, what did I do? This time, how do I do this? Because I learned from the past, and do it properly this time. That is machine learning. It has components and software related to machine learning. More importantly, it has components to execute whatever you are doing repeatedly, faster, better, and cheaper, and that is RPA, where whether you are doing a data entry work, interact with applications, all this kind of stuff. Okay, there are multiple products and modules in that. This is what I was talking about. They are a market leader. You see this. This is the four quadrant structure from an analyst called Gartner. Gartner is the world's leading analyst, where they rate the products in different products as to where they are. If you look at it in the leadership quadrant, there are only five products are there: UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Microsoft, Blue Prism, Nice. These are the five products which are in the leadership quadrant. Amongst all of them, UiPath still is the leader. Meaning on the x-axis you have completeness of vision. They have the highest when it comes to completeness of vision. They have the highest when it comes to execute. So both in x-axis and y-axis, they have the highest rating. So they are number one. That is what we train people. That is what in the next 2-3 days we are going to do orientation. We also take up training. Similarly, Microsoft is also a very strong product in that space. We also take up those projects and training as well. So this is the Gartner Magic Quadrant. Just to show you, these are the products in the leadership quadrant. Okay, and we deal with two of those products. There are about 10,000 plus customers. Just to give a perspective, they had only 5,000 customers 2 years ago. Today they have 10,000 customers. In a matter of 2 years, they have doubled their customer base. Okay. Next slide, I will show you the kind of customers. Some of those customers, and these are global customers I am showing to you. There are so many Indian customers like that. Okay. There are about 4,000. They are operating in about 40 countries. So if you learn UiPath, okay, option is they are already available in 40 plus countries. Most of the customers in these 40 plus countries are using UiPath. There is a very high chance for you to get into projects anywhere. Likewise, there are 4,700 partners globally. That's what I said. Who are a partner? InnoHat is also a partner. Likewise, there are 4,700 partners. TCS is a partner. Accenture is a partner. E&Y is a partner. Deloitte is a partner. IBM is a partner. They are all big partners. Infosys, Wipro, all of them are next level partners. I mean, the same level partners. Then you have Hexaware, these, that, and all third level partners. We have boutique companies like me. There are and others. There are 4,000 people globally, which is, as I was telling earlier, is every one of us are your potential employers. Meaning, once you have completed UiPath certification, you can join any one of us to implement UiPath solution to customers globally. As I said, the requirement is very hot these days. Some people are willing to take people on a part-time basis even while you are studying. Okay, there are a lot of opportunity space there. Who are the customers? I am just throwing this sheet, and it is just a little older sheet. I'll probably get a. You can go to uipath.com. You will get to see really the kind of projects what they are doing. Just look at the names. Look at the names. When it comes to retail and consumer goods, Unilever, there is not even a single day in your life you will walk without touching a Unilever product, whether it is a soap to shampoo to toothpaste to face powder to whatever. There's so much of Unilever, Pepsi, McDonald's, Walmart, you name it, they are all using UiPath. When it comes to banks, you name any bank globally, they are using. When it comes to media entertainment, you are talking about BBC, Warner Brothers, Orange Telecom, CenturyLink, Vodafone, NTT, or you name it, they are there. When it comes to insurance, healthcare, AstraZeneca, Merck, all of them are there. Services like logistic services like DHL, Equifax, Budget is a rent-a-car company. Okay, industrial and high-tech company. You are talking about Uber, VMware, HP, Bosch, all of them. So all of them are your potential employers, my friend. They are all using UiPath big time. Each one must be running some 40 process, 50 process, 100 process, 200 process in UiPath. They are working on so many projects in that. Either you join companies who are implementing to these companies, or you can join these companies directly. These are only the global companies I'm putting. If I start putting all the companies, about 10,000 companies are there, I told you. You have so many companies in India also. Every bank in India today is using UiPath. You talk about as small as a city union bank in South, to federal bank in South, to a bigger bank like ICICI, HDFC. All of these guys are RPA, are implementing RPA today. Okay. So UiPath, as I was saying, they have solutions and products across the spectrum. They have solutions to discover, build, manage, run, engage, and measure. Meaning, you need to find out which are the processes in an organization that requires automation. From that onwards, okay, to build automation solutions, okay, quickly, from a very simple automation, simple process, automating a simple process to a very complex process across any industry. It can be, as we saw last, it can be for a Unilever, it can be for McDonald's, it can be for some Burberry, it can be for some Lexus, Nexus, whichever company it may be. Once you have done that, manage. Suppose there are about, like a human beings, some 55,000 people are sitting and doing a task. You will have a supervisor managing that. Suppose there are 50, 60, 100 bots sitting and doing so many tasks. You need a command and control center sitting and managing all those tasks, giving tasks to various robots, taking out, pulling out from queues, all this kind of stuff. That is manage. Okay. Run is your robot. Okay, there are different types of robots. Attended robot are there, unattended robot are there. Attended robot means there has to be a human intervention. Okay, in that robot, you have to trigger, you have to start a robot, or you have to get a human being will have to get involved in that automation activity. Suppose if there is an automation activity where you don't need a human intervention at all, you can schedule it and leave it months together, it will keep running. That is an unattended robot. Then action center, you human robot interaction, okay, has is very important. That is the way world is going to go. That is called coexisting with robots. They call it as cobots. Actually, robots are slowly being called as digital employees. A human employee and a digital employee, they'll have to coexist and work. Okay, so there are some software how to coexist and work and stuff like that. Measure is about analytics as to your effectiveness of automation, all those things. If you want to analyze all those things, if you get into UiPath training, you will learn most of this. For a basic program, you will learn at least 40-50% of this. Advanced program, you will learn all of this. Even when you have done basic program, you have done certification of the basic program, you can get that 5 to 8 lakhs job. If you have done advanced program, you can get a substantially good job. For a basic program itself, it will take about 3 to 3.5 months, 4 months of learning, classroom, up to 3 to 4 months of classroom, about 3 months, 2 to 3 months of detailed practice, then a certification. That is a 6 month effort even for a basic program. If you want to do an advanced program, after 6 months, probably you might want to take another 3-4 months to complete those advanced programs. But again, this is all very important. I am just giving you an overview because we just have 5 days. Okay, normally this session alone we cover for one full day. Okay, considering this is an overview session, we are just giving you an overview so that you can also read yourselves. Okay, so this is what you are going to get trained. See what we are going to do in the next 3 days. We are going to take only one portion of automation, which is web automation. How do you extract data from an application, or how do you put data into an application using a robot without using manually, without manually going and logging into an application and copying and pasting that data, or without manually logging into an application and doing a data entry into a application, assuming you want to have a robot doing that exercise. Okay, that is one small task is what we can teach in 3 days. That is what is going to happen from tomorrow onwards. That is day 3, day 4, day 5. As I said yesterday, day 3, day 4, day 5 will be handled by an expert called Ashwin. So he is the person who is going to take the class. That will be at the same 6 to 7 p.m. at the same time. and we will send you the link about 10-15 minutes prior, like what we did today, so you can join in. More importantly, so before that, for you to do that, you need to have a UiPath installed in your machine. So what is that? As I started this presentation, you will have an installation support from us. What is the support we are going to do? After this session, okay, in next half an hour, you will all receive, whoever has given your mail IDs, proper mail IDs, because we found lot of dubious mail IDs were there, lot of dubious numbers are there. Actually, you are the people who are losing by doing all these things. Whoever have given the right mail ID, you will get a mail with a link to download a particular file. Okay, so you download that and you open that and install the .exe file in that. Okay, during the installation, you please, there will be one more document which we will send it along with this link. Please open that installation guide document. There is a step-by-step instruction as to how to install it into your machine. You don't require a very high-end machine. You need a Windows machine, please. You can't work. Don't try it on a Mac straight away. On a Mac, if you have a Windows layer, then you can do it. Still do it. You need Windows 10 implement. You need a Windows machine, please install that. Complete the installation using the steps. If you have any doubt, you can still send out a mail from the mailbox what you got, but to the same mail ID from where you got this instruction. We will try and help you out. Okay, and probably in tomorrow's session we will probably spend 5 minutes in terms of clearing those doubts and directly deep dive into the product. Okay, so with this, we have come to the end of our day two. It was wonderful to have all you people. Thank you very much.